Hello, good afternoon. My name is Ricardo Fonseca. I am a real estate agent in Remax, Portugal. I'm doing this video because some of my customers from abroad, they challenge me to make a video for people that are wanting to buy a house here in Portugal and must be aware of some details, some specifications of the Portuguese market. So, the first thing the majority of my customers from abroad were surprised is for the amount of taxes you have to pay in here when you are buying a property. We call it IMT, is a property tax that is a progressive rate from 0% until 6% of the amount of buying. So, for just you to know, if you are buying a house for 100,000 euros, you will pay 952 euros of taxes. However, if you are paying a house for 350,000 euros, you will pay 840,000 euros. So it's a big difference. However, if you pay for 700,000 euros a house, you will pay 42,000 euros of taxes. And if you pay a house for 1 million, you will pay 60,000 euros IMT taxes. So this payment is made in the day of the deed. So after you sign the contracts in the deed, you will have to pay this amount of money. The majority of my customers that are outside from European Union, they were very surprised. However, the customers that live in the European Union, they are used to these kind of values in their home countries. So this is the first thing you must know. Other things you also must be aware is if the property has some debt with it. So in Portugal, it's quite common to properties have a mortgage with the property. A mortgage is not a big issue because when we buy a house in the day of the deed, if the property has a mortgage, we must alert the bank that the deed will be done in 3 weeks or whatever. We must have notice. We must notify the bank with 10 days in advance. And in the day of the deed, bank will have agent from the bank that will get the check you are paying for buying the mortgage, and then the rest will be put in the bank in the account of the seller. So mortgage is not a really big issue. However, pledge is a big issue. So my advice is before you sign a buying sales agreement, you ask for the documents from the house. In Portugal, it's very easy to check if there is any debt with the property, and if there is a pledge, is better for you to not buy that house, or say for the seller to first pay the mortgage, and after that after have a clean sheet, we can proceed with the negotiations. All of real estate agents, especially the big brands, they have lawyers, legal department that can check everything for you. For you do not have any concern on these questions. So my advice is always check the documents before doing the buying sales agreement. There is other debt that sometimes people do not give the right attention to this issue. Is a condominium or housing association debts. Those debts stays with the property, not with the owner that did that. So it's important for you to have a notification or declaration or paper saying that the property you are buying has no debt with the condominium or with the housing association, for you to avoid to have any kind of concerns. Okay, so those are the main issues that you have to be aware when you are buying a house in Portugal. If you do this process with some real estate agents, especially with the big brands, for sure you won't have these kinds of problems. However, if you are doing by yourself, it's better for you to have some lawyer or someone that can help to verify those documents to avoid for you to have any kind of problems. There is other thing when you are buying a house in Portugal is banks. So it's very interesting because Portuguese banks are loaning until 70% of the smallest value between evaluation value or bid value. They loan until 70% of the evaluation value or bid value, the smallest of those values. For foreign people. However, if you are a Portuguese citizen or you are living in Portugal, banks are loaning until 90% of the smallest value between bid value and the evaluation value. So it can create opportunities for you to enjoy the Portuguese real estate market. If you have any kind of debt, please feel free to contact me. Do not hesitate, I'm just here to help. Thank you.